All right, hello everybody. It is Vincent here, and I am with Jaggy,
What is up, boys and girls?
and we are casting a highly anticipated match:
Yep, very,
Charge
very.
Brigade versus Demoralize.
Yep. So, okay, both teams coming off a loss in week 3. Actually, let's pull up the schedule real quick. Both teams are 2-1, but like I said before, they both lost their last match. DZ lost out to MW in a troll war, very close match. MW had control for the most part, but when DZ won their races, they won big. And with CB, they lost to Insane by 134, though. That's the thing.
Ouch.
Tough loss for CB there, but expect
That
them
is
to bounce back here. Because I'm not sure. I think that was a Sui war, and I think IS might have had a little bit of luck there. With the
Yeah, that sounds like a rough loss. But
yeah, it does.
regardless,
CB aren't the type of team to lie down, though.
they can bring it back. Regardless, do you want to get into the LUs, the lineup?
Yeah, let's go. Actually, you can start off if you'd like with CB.
So, Charge Brigade, we got Bubbles, Trix, Yasu, Zero, and Wally. So a lot of these players have been playing together for about the start of the game. Well, around the time the game started. So we got players like Wally, Bubbles, and Zero. I know have been around for a very long time. I don't know when Yasu started playing. We will have, if I'm correct, it is going to be a trolling match, and Wally will be trolling for Charge Brigade.
I like this coming out from CB. I do think if it were Sui, I do think Demoralize might outgun CB a little bit, because look at their runners: Frozen, Jax, and Casper. That's insane. And we can't forget about Ornan too. Ornan is up and down too.
I personally don't know how experienced CB is in troll, but regardless, Division 1, I hope to see good showing.
Wally, I think Wally's a bit of an underrated troller though. Like usually, when you think of your top 5, you don't people don't usually have Wally up there.
You know
But
what? I didn't even know he bagged.
yeah,
That's
he's
crazy.
been a utility player as of late because he wanted to help his team out. He realizes that his team doesn't really have too many baggers or trollers, but he's been pretty proficient at it.
Do you want to talk about Demoralize?
Yeah, I'll get back to CB in a second, but for now I'll talk about DZ. So right away, as I said before, huge running power here with Frozen, Jackson, Casper, and Ornan backing him up too. They do, I think they do lack a somebody who would go. I'm sure one of them would go and pack play if needed, but they're just a bunch of strong runners. The thing is, it's troll though. We did see against MW, they did put up a fight against MW. When they lost their races, it was only by like 5, 7, or 9. And then they won huge in a few other races. Frozen has really good troll evasion. From what I saw last match, he barely got hit by Ryan. And so he's going to be looking to continue that sort of momentum going into this. I'm not sure about Ornan, though. I'm not sure how good he is in terms of evading trolls. I know every so often he does get tilted, so we'll see how much of a factor that's going to play in. As well as Yasu, too. I know Yasu does tilt sometimes.
I wanted to point out, you were talking about in terms of skill. I think CB, a lot of their skill comes from their synergy. I did point out they've been around for a very long time. They've played with each other for countless years. So I want to see, or I think it was Trix that had said this, that their teamwork comes from their calls. You know, they have this synergy, and they know how to make efficient and proactive calls in a war. And
right,
I think that's what's
yeah. I think in terms of being together as a unit, they've been around longer than DZ. Because I know DZ have good chem now, but they haven't had this particular lineup for too long of time.
You did say that it was troll, so
yeah. And from what I know,
chaotic.
yeah, from what I know too, I know Trix is very good at getting up there and avoiding the trolls too. So expect Trix to be a key piece for CB. I think Zero too. Let's not forget, Yasu and Zero had a very, very good showing in week 1. They caught us by surprise. I'm sure you were you casting with me that week?
I don't think so.
It was CB versus Mao. Yasu actually played out of his skin that match. So let's see if he continues this. And Zero, he did avoid the trolls pretty well. He did take a couple of trolls though, but it was much necessary. He was kind of the one that took a couple of the trolls for the other CB players just to come up. So let's see if Yasu and Zero can continue that form from week 1. It's gonna be close, honestly. I do think that CB have the edge in Troll, but with DZ having that insane running power, I think that'll cancel out and it'll make for an interesting match.
And it is Fusion trolling for DZ, correct?
Yeah, I do think losing Spec might be a slight blow to them, but Fusion, from what I know, is about he's still decent as trolling.
Definitely good at bagging and trolling. Yeah, I remember playing with him in a couple troll matches, and he's able to hold his own. In that
Yeah, so I do think it's evenly matched too in terms of trolling. So it's gonna be tight, honestly, and they're both 2-1. DZ with 7, CB with 6. And it's going to be huge for playoff implications. So it's going to be interesting.
I know we point this out in almost every Division 1 cast, but I don't see any player breaking away, getting these huge leads, because obviously it's trolling. But not only that, in Division 1, it is, generally everyone has similar lines.
Yeah,
or, you can't allow a player to get that big.
I would agree with you for the most part, except Frozen he has the whole package. He's good at running and troll evasion though, so expect Frozen to be like their number 1 player for this in terms of troll. But if CB can keep Frozen under wraps, if they can get the trolls off, we saw Ryan struggling to hit Frozen. If they could just get him under wraps, I do think that'll be huge for CB.
Mm-hmm. Let's see right here. We have looks like 9 players in the room, so it might be just a little longer before the match actually starts.
Yeah. I'll talk a little bit about the standings too. You want to pan over to that a little bit, Kudos? So yeah, as I said before, it's 7 points for DZ, 6 for CB. This division is actually looking somewhat close. Like I expected Mal to be in the bottom, and Gun as well, but Gun and IS are still not too far away from top 3. So we did see a very, very good upset from Insane on CB, and by a decent amount too. Gun also beat Mal though, but Gun are gonna have to get wins over the top teams in order to make a statement. So I'm not sure about Gun if they're gonna make a push, but IS can definitely make a push if they keep going. So interesting division so far.
That is not the right standings. That is the Division 4 standings.
Sorry, that is the Division 4 standings. Kudos. Great standings. Division 4. Turtle Team 7. By the way, Turtle Team 7 with a huge win over Ape. Like, it was not even close. Like, Ape had no answer to it at all. And Vincent also, by the way, got about like 150, 160 that war. Woo!
I think he might be having trouble getting the standings over.
Oh, okay, yeah, I posted it in the casters chat, hashtag casters. Okay. But yeah, there's still 9 in room, so we still have a little bit more time until it starts.
I know Charge Brigade is 2-1 right now, so
yeah, CBR 2-1, DZR 2-1.
Oh, both teams even in standings.
Yeah, except was it DZR 1 point ahead because they did get the BP against MW.
Yeah, so no one's really gonna want to take this loss here.
Yeah,
you're gonna want to establish that lead.
And going just a quick pointer too, in that last GV2 race, DZ were 2-3-4-5, but last second Spec decided to go back and troll Sharon. It was pretty smart, honestly, because without that
clutch moment,
without that they wouldn't have got the bonus point. So it was good on Spec's part to realize that, hey, we're not going to win here, so let's just go for the bonus point.
Right.
And he did get it all off.
It's a lot safer than going for the top 5 or the all 5 run, because yes, you can potentially win, but the risk is it's
well, they went for it though. They went for it right away, and the first 2 races they were running, but then last second Spec went back.
Right, the last lap he went back because he realized it wasn't going to happen. So very smart showing, but still 9 in the room. Typical Mario Kart fashion, there's always that one guy that, he's baking a cake or...
There's 10 in room. There's Ornan. Let's go.
Okay. He's driving home from McDonald's or whatever, Finally he's in the room, though.
Yeah, for sure.
And, all right, here's the standing. So, let's see. What do you want to talk about here?
Okay, so like I mentioned before, yeah, I did already mention a lot of the things before, but the right standings weren't pulled up. Somewhat close division. I don't expect this to be like a completely close division because Mal and Gun are kind of, they're lacking power, I'd say. But IS, honestly, IS are the dark horse. I think if they can get more performances like they did against CB last week, they could definitely pose a threat to CB and DZ. I do see MW running away with first in the end. And getting that playoff bye, but it's gonna be tight, honestly.
I wanted to say I think Mal hasn't had the greatest showing so far, so maybe the next coming weeks they can bring it back.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised because I know Azmac, they kind of depend on Azmac a little too much, but I still expected them to put a little bit of a fight in the Troll Wars. But even then, when they pick Troll, they've been losing their matches. And also, by the way, we have a DC
disconnection. Yes, yep. So we're gonna be resetting. Pretty sure Casper just weed off. Oh, he got kicked. Also, Jaggy, you are a little close to your mic. I can hear the spit coming out of your mouth. So maybe
I apologize.
Sorry.
Hold up 1 second.
Look like I don't know. Maybe you moved closer to your mic or something, but it's kind of hurting my ears a little bit.
All right.
Do you have a disconnection? Hopefully, the players join back relatively quickly.
I think we should be good now.
Yeah. So more waiting time. Fun.
And quick pointer, kudos. Also, I think it'd be best to just do race 1, race 2, and whatnot. I think the GP thing can be eradicated altogether. That's just me though.
Ooh, disconnecting from the
and
server.
Make sure we do update that after every race. Like when you update the score, just update the races as well.
What's going on here? Why are we DCing?
I don't know, man. Weemfi deciding to take a shit, I guess.
Casper maybe having the wrong settings or something?
That's a possibility. Let me check the chat. Toby in for Ornan, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, Toby's subbing in for Ornan. So we are going to see Toby with some D1 action. Okay, so since we never got to talk about Toby, I'll talk about Toby. Okay, so I know Toby pretty well. I played with him for a long time, especially with the EU days. Shout out to EU Euphoria. Rest in peace. Anyway, Toby, very strong runner on his day, but he lacks a little bit of consistency. In terms of Troll 2, he is very good at Troll evasion as well, though. That's one thing we have going for Toby. Another negative, though, is that he tends to tilt every so often. So he's going to have to keep that under wraps if he wants to be successful.
I was just about to point out, I stopped playing Lounge a lot, but I remember back in Season 2 that, yeah, he used to get the best of him, and I don't blame him. Lounge is very frustrating.
Yeah. And I remember he was in Season 1 and like late Season 1, early Season 2 of Lounge. He was known to be 0 MMR. Y'all remember the Toby V days?
Yes, I remember a lot of 0 MMR.
Yeah, he had a quick rise to the top, which fair play to Toby.
I was going to point out, like anything, this is a league match, so it's, obviously best for the team to not tilt, and I think he will most likely be able to have enough discipline to...
Yeah, in terms of the runners for DZ, I do think Frozen and Casper are going to have their usual showings. They're going to get up there, run pretty well, and as well as Jax too. I do think the most volatile player for this lineup now is going to be Toby. If Toby can get his troll evasion in check, if he can get his tilt in check, I think DZ will do well here. Toby's going to be the player to look at for DZ, I'd say. And for CB, I think all of them you could look at them, honestly, because it's going to be a team effort. It's going to depend on them, because I know Frozen and Casper are going to have their usual matches.
I hope Toby proves this wrong. Let's go, Toby. Let's go, Toby.
Let's go, Toby. Let's get a hashtag Let's Go Toby in the chat.
All right, room is back up. They're going to be joining. Let's hope everyone get in here quickly. Don't got much else to talk about. Just waiting for this match to happen. Exciting match.
Very.
Okay, so real quick, the second player in room, pretty sure that's 0. Him said, just for me names. Wally is Wally.
Sweep
So
is tricks. Yeah.
does that mean Frozone is Casper, right?
Capital Frozone is Casper.
Okay.
Yeah.
CB sweep. Bubble.
Sweep is tricks.
No. Okay. Sweep is tricks. Bubbles is bubbles, and that is the real Frozen, lowercase Frozen.
And then we have DZ Red. That's Toby.
Yep. That's a new meme.
CB Star is going to be. I don't know. That's the only one I don't know.
Okay, hold on. Yasu?
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, it's a
It's
Yasumi
Yasu.
for sure. That's a Yasumi.
Definitely Yasu.
Okay, so we're not gonna have to worry about Frozone though, because for Casper, because he's streaming.
He
We
said
just have to, and that's yeah. So I think
yeah.
we got most of the Miis down already, luckily. Jax, I'm not sure. Jax is gonna use probably the default Mii. Yeah. We got a Let's Go Bubbles coming in for a
I was
DT.
about to say.
I said Let's Go Toby, and then everyone goes Let's Go Bubbles.
Bubbles has got like I'd say the goofiest look in me in the room. His eyes.
Yeah,
just
Bubbles kind of has like a 2012 Mii. Like I used to use one back in the day. I don't know if you guys remember. I used to be in like MS and JJ. I used kind of a similar Mii except with glasses.
These Miis are so funny, dude. Like we got from all categories. We got like the weed kawaii style. We got the faceless
Yeah.
guy from The Incredibles, Frozone.
Yep.
The typical player Mii.
Let's get all the stereotypes out of the way. You got the traditional sweaty player who uses the default Mii. That's Jax.
Yeah.
And we have the old players back in the day, like you can tell by looking at his Mii that he's from like 2010,
You
2011.
can tell that Mii was made not a day over 2010.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of stereotypical Miis in the MKW community.
So everyone's leaving, and I'm very confused as to why.
Same.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. This match better be happening.
This is a bra moment. Is Casper gonna have to go to Costco again? As you guys remember, MW versus DZ got canceled the first time because Casper had to go to Costco. He had to get that hot dog and soda $2 combo or whatever
His
that
mom
is.
screaming at him. Get in the car.
Casper, get in the car. We need to go to Costco.
Change of host. Okay, so we can stop. We gotta stop with the memes. Just a change of host. Also.
Okay, yeah, for sure. I mean, when we already talked about like when we already introduced the teams and like talked about everything we could, and it's still not going on. What else can we do? You know?
There's a famous quote. I think it's in the lounge. Exclamation point Jeff.
Exclamation Jeff. Wait. What was that quote again?
It's talking about how there's 9 people that join on a human basis. You know, and there's always that one guy.
There's always that one guy.
Taking everyone's precious time.
Yeah. Wait. Hold on. I'm gonna pull up a video real quick.
You know how many hours I've probably lost just waiting in the room, looking at this globe spinning in front of me? Hours of my life down the drain. I'm not getting any younger.
Wait. Hold on. I'm trying to pull up a video how to open a room on Weemfi. Who made that? No, Weemfi joining tutorial.
Oh no. Oh.
Yeah. Here.
Fade.
Let me put this one in here. Weemfi joining tutorial from Orange, and then
Orange.
from Spade,
Are
how
you
to start a room on Weemfi.
Yet you don't pull up the man himself, Wally's video.
Wait.
Joining tutorial.
Oh yeah, he made one of those. Yeah. Fuck. And room starting, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, we are here.
Let's go.
We are here. Starting the room. Let's get into it. Okay, so spots for both teams. I think DZ. Let me check. DZ
We do see,
is.
there is a slight bit of controversy. We do see Zero complaining about the spots. He's saying they just got better spots because we all had to leave and add.
Yep. DZ. I know what you're saying. That DZ top 2-4 in room. This is going to be a clear Toads Factory pick for them. CB gonna want to be going for something.
Yeah. Luckily though, this is troll for CB, so the spots aren't gonna matter as much. So it's not gonna be too controversial.
It won't matter too much unless on a very two very specific tracks.
Also, let me correct. DZ D7 is Toby because Toby always uses symbols in his name. So.
Okay. Interesting. So red is the troller, aka Fusion.
Fusion. Woo! Let's go Fusion. No, I'm not. I'm actually impartial. I like Fusion.
So I like the pick from CB. They're going Mushroom Gorge, and on here, this track is mainly about shock. Trolling doesn't matter, and
Right.
shock is a lot more overpowered on this track. So wouldn't surprise me if we don't see trolling this race. Getting right into it. Let's go.
All right, let's go. Yeah, both baggers going back for shock. They're not gonna focus on trolling. And usually in MG, you want to go back no matter what. There's a red coming out right away from Toby on Yasu there. Frozen coming up with shrooms.
Looks like DZ are occupying 145. Casper getting a mega here. I think he might just use over the grass shortcut. I really don't see him.
No, I'd like to. I would hold this though if I were Casper, especially if we pull shock in the end.
Maybe for some kind of slagging, but for 3 laps straight, people are going to be taking gap jump.
Toby got bumped by Bubbles taking gap there, so he's gonna fall a little bit far behind.
Because very quickly, Casper is going to lose spots just from people pulling streams and taking gap.
Yeah, both baggers still going for shock. We do see it 1-3 or top 2 coming out from top 2 coming out from CB, and it looks to me like the bagging battle right now is going to Wally. So stars are aligning for them.
If you're CB, you're gonna want to obviously get shocked, but not only that, just keep DZ behind, back spam at the most optimal times, and kind of establish a lead. Casper's most likely going to be using his Mega here, so he can squish CB and stop their lead. Maybe not.
We'll see. No, it's very tight. It's very tight.
That makes neither bagger get shocked.
It looks like DZ. It looks like Fusion has shock. Actually, no. Sorry. Double troll. Are we seeing a double troll here? I think we're seeing a double troll. Yes, we are.
We might be, and that's actually smart.
From who? That's the question. From CB, I think.
From CB, I guess it is smart. They're top 2. We see Casper using the Mega here, and no way. No way. Neither bagger has it. Oh, there it is.
Yep.
Oh, gets the shroom. Okay, so Casper probably going to be pulling first here. Unless the troll.
He tries to snipe Yasu. Yasu does not connect there. Is he? Oh, he almost got him, Yasu. But double troll hit. Good evasion in there.
And DZ still getting top 2.
Yeah, you are a little behind, actually.
Let me refresh the stream.
But yeah, from what I saw though, CB went double troll, but Yasu didn't connect with any of his troll attempts. And at one point, it was both Wally and Yasu going for the trolls, but neither of them connecting. Good evasion there from Casper.
Realizing Casper had to slow down entirely, and no one took gap, and so he still got the same spot.
Yeah, I'm surprised nobody took gap there, but it was good awareness from he did lose third in the end, but it was still good awareness from Casper, realizing that they were still gonna get top spots anyway. So he played it safe. He was slow. He didn't try to juke the other bagger or the other trollers. Just
let me know the minute it says like preparing the race.
Okay, sounds good. So yeah, top 2, 4, 5 early on from DZ.
Yeah, that's a really strong race in the beginning. Obviously, with trolling, track picks aren't as important.
I'll say bam.
Okay.
Bam.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Oh, so we're good now?
Yeah.
Yeah, usually I was a little surprised because usually when we cast, we are perfectly in sync.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you're DZ, what would you go here? Top 2, 4, 5?
I mean, Totes Factory. What else are you gonna pick? Even in trolling matches, like, there's nothing more iconic than top 2-4, meaning Totes Factory. That is
totally.
a worldwide known. If someone says top 2-4, the guy replies with Totes Factory.
Yeah, I mean, because there are a couple troll spots in TF, but TF is the track that you want to pick if you want to break away after starting in top spots, because the trollers won't be able to hit anybody until lap 2. So if you just establish an early break lap 1,
and not only that, you're bound to you're not gonna hit everyone. Maybe even one.
Right. Yeah, but Desert Hill's coming out here. Very interesting pick, actually.
I like it. It's just kind of a dice roll pick, so spots are definitely gonna be scattered.
Yeah, there's so many troll spots here too. It's just so easy to catch up, especially if you get trolled and people come up in Goldens. Like they're gonna pass you so far, and it's crazy.
I don't disagree with you, but I wanna point out that Shock is way overpowered on this track too.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely overpowers trolling. Yeah, you can still establish a lead with trolls, but in the end, if you dodge and you take a cut, you're
We
winning.
do see a 2-3 coming out from CB. My stream slightly froze.
Casper stream froze. There we go.
Okay, I reloaded.
So at the same time, I wanted to point out we saw that Fusion was that Wally's in 10th here, so this could be big for CB. The comeback race they need if Wally can pull Shock. Looks like he fell off, so he definitely had Bill in 10th, which gives a free opportunity for Fusion to grab this box. Will Shock be pulled?
That is the burning question. We do see someone coming up. It looks to me, it's Frozen actually. Yeah, Casper almost backs Frozen there, but Frozen was able to avoid that fib. Top 2 coming out. Wally's winning the bagging battle, but neither bagger have Shock. Here comes a troll attempt, possibly, unless he has it. No, there's a Bill.
Ooh, slowing down. Did Fusion just pull it? No. Okay,
No.
yeah, I'm a little behind.
Yes. So I'll commentate the rest of this one. You provide backup. So we do see top 2 coming out from CB or from DZ. I apologize. Wally gonna try to come. No, he has Shock. Wally has Shock. Shock's gonna come in right about now. This is gonna be a huge turn of events for
They
CB.
might do some kind of late Shock. Maybe they don't have dodges.
No,
and
they don't have it.
Goldens. Blue coming in. Wally has Bill.
Oh, still a good race for DZ though, even with that blue. I thought Wally had Shock, but he was just trying to fall back to troll top 3 for DZ, which was smart.
Zero, I think, clutched second there. It looked like it was a photo finish. He was with the pack, so either second or third for CB.
Right.
But still a strong race for DZ. Let me know when results show up.
Yeah, and it's because I reloaded right away. I think you just kept it on there.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you fell behind again. But other than that, I think we should be fine. Hopefully after these next races. Bam.
Yep, we're good.
Okay, 1-3-4. Another good race for DZ though.
Yeah, we actually aren't seeing many trolls so far, but that's because the past 2 tracks have been Shock tracks primarily.
Yeah, but no bagger pulling Shock though. I'm kind of a little surprised on that one.
I am surprised because Wally having a build too. I'm very, very surprised that Fusion did not pull it there. So many boxes in 10th touched and nothing.
Yeah, it was. I'm not sure what happened because the stream froze for me a little bit, but CB were in a couple of the mid spots going into. It was lap 2. I believe that a lot of DZ streamed up, and they somehow were able to keep their spots the rest of the race.
What are scores after race 2? Oh, he's doing it. Okay.
It is gonna be. I think Kudus. Yeah, Kudus is putting him in right now.
So DZ opting for Grumble Volcano. Interesting. Charge Brigade going for DKJP, or as they like to call it, Dickum. I mean, no, Dick Japan.
Dick Japan. What?
Dick Japan.
That is the name.
That is the name.
Dick Japan. Dick Japan. Yeah. Okay.
DKJP. Looks like we're gonna be seeing it too. So once again, Shock and Troll track. Wouldn't surprise me if there is, if I don't know. What do you think? Daggers.
Well, just the way I've seen it, if no Shock's gonna happen, I do think in the end that Wally's gonna get a couple trolls off. But this is such a dice rolly track for Troll. Honestly, you can't really make a prediction on this. Right away, would you see Casper missing out with that back fib? He wasn't in line to back Tricks there and got redded right away.
I think personally, I feel like you could maybe go for Shock in the beginning to go for an early lap 2 Shock if your team is occupying like top spots, and then you control lap 3.
It's absolutely not a bad idea to go for a lap 2 Shock in this track and then troll. Pau comes in there. Is he gonna connect with Tricks? Those nanas are sketchy. Tricks slows down a little bit but keeps his line. But looks like Casper's gonna be able to draft Tricks anyway. Tricks trims up.
The thing about the lap 2 Shock is that when this, when you have middle spots like this, the spots are scattered. It doesn't matter.
Wally does connect with one of DZ's players in the end, looking for the mini map. So top 3 coming out for CB. We do see Bubbles taking golden strat here. If they have Shock, if they pull Shock right after that troll attempt from Wally, this could be huge. But I don't think that's gonna be the case.
Don't think so. Yeah, we see Zero slowing down. Okay, we're gonna see a DZ Shock. All of them coming in cannon.
And there it is. Yeah. Yep. Like you said before, lap 2 Shock's really not a bad idea in this track, especially if you're in bottom spots.
And now Casper's able to red all of them. Good fib though from Bubbles, stopping him and killing his teammate in the
Yeah,
process.
it does kill Jaker there with that that residual red. We do see Toby getting hit. Still a lot of top spots for DZ though. It's 2-3 actually, 2-3-5, so it's relatively mixed. We'll see the troll attempts come up here. It looks to me like, yeah, one of the trolls got off on DZ there. So CB are gonna occupy more top spots from the looks of it.
And if there will be a lap 3 cannon dodge, I would be surprised. But I think there's going to be some bridge trolling.
Yeah, Wally is going back still, but there's a bomb coming in from Zero. Still relatively mixed spots up there. I believe CB have the favorable spots though. We'll see what happens.
But this is the infamous trolling track, the bridge. If they're occupying top 2, maybe second could have shrooms and shroom past. But
huge troll coming out for Wally there on the minimap, so CB coming up even further. It was on Jax too. Jax got trolled a couple times already this race in particular.
This could be the race that CB's looking for. Casper has a star. He's gonna be able to star through the last box here.
Doesn't want to star his teammates though. That's really rough for DZ.
And he misses the box. Yeah, DZ's probably gonna be pulling bottom 3 here as his teammate.
Unless it's the red coming out on Yasu.
Yeah, Yasu getting redded, but still looks like a pretty bad race from DZ.
Wally caught a couple of huge trolls off, I'd like to say that, especially on Jax too. Jax was the main recipient of those trolls. And Jax was up there like a lot of times. He was up there, he got trolled, he got back up there, he got trolled. So good work from Wally there.
Looked like from what I know, assuming CB stayed top spots, this track pick definitely worked for them.
Yeah, top 2 coming out for CB. That was really good on Wally's part, I'd say.
Top 2-5, good trolls. So I think making it a lot closer going into this last race, and definitely looking to win the GP, bring it back. What do you think DZ will go for? What track pick after that? Do you know what they like?
Well, I'm not too familiar with DZ's preferred track picks, but I would say if I were DZ, I would probably go with something like a Peach Gardens here, or something that you could or Delfino too. Anything that you can catch back up to the front by drafting, or anything that's not a running track, obviously. But what about you? What do you see here?
I think in trolling matches, it all comes down to preference. Unless you're picking tracks like Mushroom Gorge or Rainbow Road where there isn't trolling, I feel like you're either picking tracks that your team loves, or you are picking shock tracks where
Troll Wars gives the team more lenience to pick whatever they feel like it would be best rather than what is situationally the best.
Exactly. It's crazy how certain tracks, it's in a Sui match, it's a no-brainer, but in Troll it's just completely different. It's a whole different meta. Delfino Square coming out.
Delfino coming out from Fusion there.
I guess he either figures he can outbag Wally here or get some trolls. I think on this track, shock is definitely important. Trolling kind of irrelevant. Maybe if you know the bag, if you're completely
trolling is more important laps 1 and 2, I'd say, and then shock lap 3. It's the best case scenario for any team in a troll war in Delfino is to get some huge trolls off lap 1 and then get probably shock around lap 2.
I don't know. I would disagree, because I feel like the only reason you should be going for trolls is if you're losing the bagging battle hard, like really hard. Casper just knowing he's gonna pull a golden in 6th.
And another golden coming out too, one from Jax. I would like to point out too, having shock if you're in top spots though is really tricky. If you're in bottom spots, it's a no-brainer. Just dodge people in the back. But if you're in top spots, sometimes teams tend to hold the shock, and then the other team catches up with goldens and such or whatnot.
Not only that, at the same time, some teams opt to just use a completely random shock so they can troll. Like, they don't care. You see a build coming in that's from DZ, doesn't want to hit him his teammates.
This next exchange is going to be huge if you're Fusion here, depending on what you pull, because they are 3, 4, 5, I believe, CB.
If Wally's running with the pack, then if Fusion's running with the pack, then Wally probably has shock.
Yeah, I believe Wally has shock in this scenario. Bomb comes in too, though, on Casper. Very unfortunate for him.
Ugly bomb gets really bumped into it.
Now here's what, like I said before, very tricky. If you're in top spots in Delfino and you have shock, there's a bit of a dilemma that teams tend to have. Do you want to shock early to get everyone out of dodges, or do you want to hold the shock and risk losing your top spots from people taking cut?
I do think some of DZ is in middle spots, though. I think the spots are probably generally mixed. Obviously, Casper has a bill, so Wally does have shock, but we're just gonna have to see. It's gonna be.
There's a star coming in from Toby, but a bill also coming in, but it's not gonna last very long. Are they gonna shock right here? Here's the question. No, they opt to hold it.
One of the daisies taking cut with a star, so that was definitely
for CB, but Toby's in first, I believe.
Yes, and Casper getting a shroom here. He's probably gonna be able to shroom past it. May get redded from CB. Everyone has shrooms. The whole room is shrooming, and it looks like a 2-3-4 from CB to end out the GP.
Yeah. From the looks of it, Toby got last actually. So is this a top 4? I thought I saw Toby. Toby lagged on my screen, so I thought he actually took double, but he might have actually fallen off. I'm not entirely sure what happened.
Yeah, from what I saw, he was sitting against a wall, or chilling up against a wall.
Did they top 4? I think they might have.
Probably top 4, and that's explosive for CB. That is definitely, if they did top 4, that is definitely gonna give them.
And there it is, top 4.
Oh.
Huge race. Yeah.
Well, I think a perfect race. Wally maybe getting right there, unless Ignorance is Bliss is on. So
I'm still really not sure what happened to Toby, but whatever happened to Toby, that was the key for CB's big race there. Another thing too, they were in top spots going into it with shock, so they opted to hold it, even risking people taking double there. But I believe they had enough of a break to a point where they just kept their top spots.
And I don't know if kind of a off-topic thing, but I'm not sure if it was an actual perfect race, top 4-9.
It was top 4-9.
For whatever reason, baggers do have Ignorance is Bliss on, which basically it can make the spots inaccurate, 9th or 10th. So
it makes the points inaccurate. Sometimes even if you get last, you get an extra point added on.
Right. But it's irrelevant. It ends up getting fixed afterwards. So
right. And the scores will be inputted in just about a second, but CB are currently probably up by about 40-ish at this point.
40? I think
wait.
Did it.
Oh, no, sorry. Oh, you did it. Yeah. So up by 10. That was a huge race for CB because DZ had, for the most part, had a bit of control for the first 2 races. Third race, Wally with some huge trolls. So they ended up pulling it back a little bit. And then obviously that top 4 was a nail in the coffin. Good GP from CB, a good comeback there from CB. But yeah, it's going to be back and forth. Like I said before, I expect this to be a close match. CB a little more favorable with trolling, but DZ in the running department slightly more favored. So it's going to cancel out.
Looks like we're waiting. Maybe someone is they're waiting a minute. Maybe subbing someone out?
Yeah, we do see Quinn. Maybe a kickstart.
I highly doubt it. There's no need to kickstart in 2019.
I think Quinn might be subbing Toby then in this case.
All right, looks like we're playing a 6v6, guys.
Oh,
we have Chef Stalin's making a guest appearance here.
CS Beerus.
Getting his moment of fame.
So we are going to see Toby slotting out. It's either a case of Quinn being able to sub and Toby subbing out willingly and being like, okay, sub out, or he tilted. I'm not entirely sure. I do believe it was the first option. I do believe since Quinn probably wasn't available to start, but now he is. So I think that it's just a tactical change coming in from CB.
CB, you mean DZ?
I mean DZ. Yeah, I apologize. Tactical change coming in for DZ here. They are starting in top 2. Like I said before, spots don't matter too much in Troll Wars.
They are top 5 actually. That actually made their spots change. So
yeah.
Things like TF, which somewhat still does matter.
Sandwich tracks like DDR and KC would work here.
DZ opting over for Moonview Highway. I'm curious on what they're
dude. Okay. At least from my personal experience and from my opinions, MH and Troll sucks ass. Like the laggy bomb cars, getting slammed into a car by the troller. It's so annoying. It's really hard. It's actually very hard to break away in MH and Troll.
Yeah, and maybe that's what they're going for. Don't be surprised if we see some of those bomb cars. And All it
There's
takes is
so-
for a bagger
yeah.
and a star to just ram through all the bomb cars.
Yeah, there's so little room. Honestly, I would say a double troll would not be a bad idea in this particular track, but I don't think either team is going for double troll. We do see one, I do believe that's Fusion going back right away. So DZ opting to go for shock in a lot of the races.
Pulling triple Caspers here, triple Shrooms and Ford. Gonna be able to establish a little bit of a lead in top 2. Gets the draft, and now a Shroom in first, so he can potentially avoid the trolls on him.
Right away, we do see Wally just sitting there waiting for his prey. Let's see if he's gonna be able to pounce on Casper or.
Wally is the Daisy.
Yep, he has a star. That's for certain. There's a star coming in for Wally.
Yes, I think Casper's gonna opt to Shroom away here. He does. Okay.
Very good troll from Wally. Gets Casper flattened out as well.
But I do want to bring up that his teammate gets away scot-free, and that's the thing, is when you have 2 people that are occupying top spots, the troller is only bound to hit one of them.
That's correct, yeah. And there's a bomb. Oh, yeah, Trickslog's out of it. If I were Trickster, I would just kind of swerve here, and he does. He does bump Casper. Doesn't get him with the red, though. Bubble's going to get, they're going to get bombed right here. Unless, no, he doesn't. He opts not to back it.
Blue Shell, and dude, if he gets this bomb, they're looking pretty. DZ, top 3 right here after that bomb. Have a blue in third. I really don't see them going down, even with the trolls.
Absolutely, and I was gonna say that Casper opting not to back bomb Tricks, but good idea from Casper to draft and then bomb.
We see someone in a star. I don't think there's a shock in play. CB coming up.
Neither bagger have shock, or neither troller have shock.
Yeah, this is looking like a top 3 run. Wally doesn't want to turn on either. Maybe
Fusion missing out, so he's not gonna be. I'm sorry, not Fusion. Wally missing out. I believe maybe he doesn't have shock.
Yeah, he was on their tail. I think just trying to get anything out of them with a wheelie bump or maybe.
Yeah, I think he just pulled Goldens and Shrooms for the last couple of sets from what I saw. He didn't have shock and he was with the pack the whole time. I think he had Shrooms.
And that's what happens when you pick the trolling format. You pull Goldens.
Yep, I mean, Goldens can work in this track, but it was already the second half of lap 3. It's almost impossible to troll in that section because of, especially with Goldens, because of the boost panels, and there are not as many cars to bump people into. Top 2, 4, 5 for DZ.
Oh my god, explosive!
Man,
boom, kaboom,
kaboom.
If you want to get a good race on Muyu Highway, you turn on a VPN and you're lagging the bomb cars.
Yeah, other than the initial other than the initial troll from Wally on the beginning of lap 2, I don't think Wally pulled too many trolling items from the looks of it. A little unlucky on his part, and DZ were able to just run away. I don't think Fusion pulled too much either. I think he might have been holding shock though. Yeah, DZ were just able to run away. Like I said before, if there aren't too many trolling items in play, or if both trollers have the same trolling items, the benefit of the doubt will be given to DZ because of their running prowess.
It makes me think on that track specifically, Wally was running with the pack, and we keep saying he pulls Shrooms. There's a possibility he could have had shock and his teammates didn't pull anything.
I see, but
there was no shock.
Yeah, no, I don't think. You know what? That's a good theory in truth, but I don't think that's the case, because why would you hold the shock for the rest of the race? You have to shock early and then get those trolls off, you know?
You're right.
I don't think there was a shock.
It's interesting how they were able to run for about a lap and a half.
Yeah.
Anyways, TF coming out. They are top 2, 4, 5. This is expected. Casper's going to be able to draft first and start off with an early lead.
Accidentally bumps one of his teammates, though, and he looks at me, he got hit right after that. Regardless, it was Quinn.
Yes, regardless, DZ still top 3. Wally is probably going to troll at after the last ramp, maybe hitting a few of DZ, especially probably Casper. So if I were Casper here, I don't want to say I would take the hit, but I would swerve in a way to where your teammates won't get killed. You're bound to be getting trolled, so.
And we do see Yasu coming up, actually. A star comes in from Fusion, doesn't connect. We'll see if he catches up to Wally and connects. Wally loses Bill from the Stomper. So that's actually going to make Casper run away a little further.
Yeah, and if that's the case, if he had Bill, maybe Fusion could have pulled shock there. I don't know. If they do, then they're probably gonna have to hold a shock. And like you
DZ are
said,
still 1-3. We do see. I think Yasu just lost second from the looks of it. So DZ running away with top 2 now.
yeah, I honestly don't know.
Fusion has shock. I think Fusion has shock. So
okay, so my theory was correct.
yeah, it's all gonna depend on Wally here. He's gonna have to get some huge trolls off, otherwise DZ is gonna run away with it.
And like you said, if they have shock and they just hold it, it probably won't matter. Wally looking like he could have a bill. I don't know.
He did shroom up. I don't know about now though. He has more shrooms. He has more shrooms. Unlucky for Wally there.
Getting very unlucky. They also have shock. So the thing is, if Wally would have pulled stars and trolled them, the shock pull probably would have been a bad thing.
There's a bill. Good evasion there from Casper. Good reaction time. Shock comes in late though.
Shock comes in late, and here's the thing: a lot of times teams like to they like to shock so the other bagger loses their star and is unable to troll.
Yeah.
But in this case, it looks like Wally just got super unlucky, and DZ was able to run away.
Yeah. And typically, sometimes we do see teams holding shock until the top 2 or whatever passed. But I do think that, like you said, it would have been a good idea to shock there and dodge one of your teammates in the middle, especially if if the other team didn't have dodges in that particular scenario. That was good from DZ.
I'm just gonna say I hate to see that. I hate to see it. I hate to see the bagger. It's a very one-sided bagger match. This isn't to bash any bagger, but it's just not very entertaining to look at when one bagger's pulling all his shrooms and the other is
there's nothing to bash at. I mean, it was just the item luck. It was unfortunate there.
It's top 3 from ZZ. Another kaboom race.
Kaboom. Yeah.
But we're only on race 6. CB can definitely bring it back.
Yeah, but you could also say the thing is, yeah, it was unlucky that Wally didn't pull trolling items, but again, it was DZ pretty much running away with the race because they are outgunning. They have been outrunning CB, and that was expected from the start.
You foreshadowing the gun match?
No.
So okay, CB here, the track pick, wouldn't surprise me if we see something super luck-based come out. They need to get up there. They need to have some kind of race where they can run. And
Sherbetland is the track, honestly, that they love this track, but it's also a wildcard track. It's not easy at all to run because you could easily catch up in Goldens and Stars, and trolling is really overpowered in Sherbetland.
I think DDR is fine for I think it's okay for CB2. They're able to get shrooms. Like DZ probably isn't just going to completely run away with this one. There is some kind of luck factor in this track.
Oh, absolutely. And there are certain troll spots in this track too, like in the bridge after Sandhop, that is a huge one. And then also like the last turn. Actually, the last and first turns in this track are the most optimal.
So Casper looking to just break away in the beginning.
Does get that ninja fib right away. Good work there from Casper.
And right away we see, okay, interesting. Fusion actually went forward at the start. Wally going straight backwards. So maybe he wants the shock.
Other way around. Other way around.
Oh, I keep thinking.
Yeah, Wally's the daisy.
He's the funky, yeah. So, my bad. DZ going backwards, Wally going straight. That makes more sense, because Wally's going to want to troll their top spots. Regardless, CB is 2-3, so probably going to be seeing a couple of them take a cut here.
And we do see Trix actually coming up with the golden strat. Another one, CB, it looks like. No, it's actually Jaker.
This is what we need to see. We need to see CB occupying some of the spots. It looks like DZ's bagger actually got trolled there by Wally.
I will say, so far, Wally has had Jaker in his back pocket this whole war. He's been the main recipient of the trolls.
I was gonna say that was it. Many of you probably didn't see that. Very smart star from Wally. Not only does he troll Fusion, but he's able to troll one of DZ too.
Yeah, so we do see a bit of a break coming out here, but I think looks to me like Fusion. Oh, he does hit the wall there. Fusion might have an item to. No, Fusion's going forward. He might have shock at this point. Yep, there it is.
Okay. There it is, DZ dodging up. Here comes Frozen. I think he's going to be able to catch...
It all depends on what items he put. He's not going to be able to catch first, actually, from the looks of it.
Casper with the triple shrooms in forward.
Caspers.
Popping off here. DZ 134 just from...
No, they're 234. There's still a second at this point.
Okay. Who's that first?
That's, what is it? That's Trix.
Okay. Yeah.
A couple.
So
There's a troll coming out. Actually, no, he spun out of it.
Trix will be able to maybe get first here. Frozen taking cut.
Frozen
And there it
first,
is.
yeah.
Hit the banana and 1-3 coming in from DZ. Bill at the end from Wally. I think he got one troll on DZ, or it was a Daisy.
Either Frozen pulled a Susui or he took Shroomless. I think from looking back at it, he had a really low arc, so he did pull a Susui, and so that's how he was able to slip into first.
I want to say, Susui. I don't know. That's just all I gotta say.
Susui, yeah, Susui.
It's interesting that term even became a thing.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, like, obviously we gotta explain some terminology just in case we have like a more casual player viewing. A Susui, S-O-U-S-O-I or S-U-I, is a single shroom in second. The reason why that name came out to be is because Susui, I guess, was known to pull a bunch of single shrooms in the second. And yeah, that's how the term Susui came about. And triple Caspers, I think that might be a term made up by Vincent, because Casper pulls triple shrooms seemingly every time.
I've just heard he's very, very lucky with triple shrooms. But regardless, another really strong race from DZ. CB is going to need to pull a race out of their pocket here because it's slowly slipping out of the grasp. And
yeah, and
5 races remaining, you need to start doing something now. This next race is very important.
Yeah, and it's just a case of CB. Well, it's a combination of two things. One, bad luck from Wally with his items. But even when he gets his trolling items, CB are getting outran by DZ. We haven't seen too much trolling from Fusion. He has gone for the shocks, but DZ utilizing their strategy effectively, they're able to get up to the front and avoid some of the trolls, enough to a point where they're still going to keep their top spots. So DZ implementing their strategy, implementing their game plan a little better than CB right now.
And I like that strategy because then you have less of a luck factor and more of a quote-unquote skill factor, because you have at least 1 or 2 or 3 runners up there. But looks like we are playing Sherbet, and I think CB needs this track.
Yeah, CB absolutely needed this track, and if they don't get a good race out of this, it's a huge waste. And I do think this race is going to be foreshadowing as to what's going to happen later. If DZ win this race, I believe that here's a snipe attempt coming in. Does hit Yasu. Very solid there.
Yucky fib.
Quinn got bump snipe from Bubbles, though.
Just back-to-back snipes coming in here. Bubbles looking to run Sherbet. He is on mock bike, so if he can break away, it'd be nice.
Troll from Fusion.
Clapping him there. Oh my gosh. DZ running top 2, and here we are. We see it again. DZ is top 2. I guess he called the fib there for his teammates so they can double back, and it looks like it did hit one of them. Wally coming in, barely avoiding Casper. The star missing him, gets one of DZ. No, it was a lag attempt. It was lag.
Yeah.
I think he did get one of DZ though. 2 of them.
Yeah. Even if he didn't connect with Casper, still good on Wally's part. He connected with 2 other players.
Oh, and that build, Casper just barely avoiding every single troll, and it looks like his teammates are taking the hit for it.
Oh, huge shock from DZ though.
Yeah, DZ early shock, I guess, because Fusion most likely wants to troll.
Jaker hit a ground item. I think it might have been a ground red or ground green.
All right, so here CB are surrounding DZ. They're surrounding Casper. They need to do some kind of back spams. I like this.
He lagged out of it though. He lagged out of that build.
Cool. Bubbles can call to his teammate.
And again, Wally with the troll on Jaker.
Yeah.
It's been the story of Jaker's war so far. He's not been able to avoid the trolls on Wally.
It's a draft, and because of that, Bubbles, actually I think slowing Frozen there. I don't know, but DZ all of a sudden top 2. And I think a late shot could make it or break it here, but also the trolls. We see both the baggers going forward, so I'm interested to see what kind of items they have.
Yeah, I think Wally might have it actually, because we do see Fusion in a bill. Wally's going forward. He's not opting to go back, so we could potentially see a late shot coming in from CB. Doesn't look like it's gonna happen. Maybe they don't have any dodges. No, Bill comes in from Wally.
Yep, nothing. And I think, Bubbles got trolled there by, I think, Wally, so DZ is going to get top 2.
Well, it was actually really close on the line. I think Yasu might have cheese second. I'm not sure. It was really close. But actually, I was gonna mention too. Pow's last turn are really dangerous because your character could hop over the crack And I think Casper, he made a readjustment. He actually hopped right before the second POW shake, so he managed to avoid the crack there. But good race from DZ. Yeah, top 256. But yeah, even though Jager's pretty much taking all the hits, so he's pretty much the only one that's been trolled by Wally. A couple other times have seen trolls coming out on Quinn. He hasn't been able to hit Frozen barely any at all, though. I'm sorry.
That race, Wally was slamming into a few of them, but it did not matter. It looked like that lap 2 shock kind of just negated any kind of trolling damage. And
yeah.
Casper's sitting up there saying, "Can't touch this."
Can't touch this. No.
Exactly.
Yeah, so, that's pretty applicable. But Wally's still been doing a fairly decent job though, but he's not getting too much help from his runners.
I think it's interesting how I think the strategy, like you said, is working for Fusion and it's working for DZ. CB down 60. DZ looking to take the win here going into GP3, but maybe Charge Brigade can pull some kind of strategy out of their butt.
We'll have to see though, because
with the way it's been going though.
Yeah, I don't see it though, because DZ are very good when they have momentum. It's hard to stop them. The only exception though is MW, because MW are MW. When DZ got those top spots against MW, like top 4 in CM, MW was able to sneak it back. But for the most part, with the exception of that war, DZ are a very momentum-based team. They're able to, whenever they get top spots, they're able to just keep it up and keep pressing. And that's what we've been seeing so far.
Coconut Mall. Wouldn't surprise me if we see people going for the bill here. This you can troll on this track, but I think a lap 2 shock would be very interesting from either team, and wouldn't surprise me if we see it.
We'll see who goes for Bill here. Let's see. Oh yeah, it looks like Casper's actually going for
7th place. Wally going ahead, kind of just giving them the 10th place box. It doesn't matter. Casper getting golden, so no one has Bill unless somehow someone pulled a nade there, which would be very unlucky or lucky.
If anything, one of the trollers would have pulled the bill, so
yes.
Maybe someone pulled it at this point, but who knows.
CB 1-3. Casper gets a POW here. Maybe gonna try to target POW,
in
the car section.
Around right about now. There it is. Right on cue.
Yep.
And doesn't connect with Yasu though.
Fusion almost hits his teammate there. Kind of risking hitting Casper, but I guess it is 2-1 in terms of CB to DZ, so Casper pulling a Susui, nothing new.
Oh yeah.
Gonna be taking cut here and stealing 1st place on lap 2. We haven't seen, actually we have seen, wait, where is Wally?
Wally is building up right now.
Okay, so, yeah, unless Fusion has shock.
I think we're gonna be seeing, no, we're gonna see a troll coming out from Fusion. Oh no, he hits the car. He had a Bill, I think.
Yeah, no one has shock. Wow, interesting.
Yeah, I was waiting there. I thought he might have had a star, but that wasn't the case.
So Wally is on Casper's tail here, probably going to be trying to troll him. Unless he pulled shock, we don't see him using anything. Maybe just trying to bait out Casper a little bit. Make him feel like he's safe. Really
good recovery there from Casper. He could have easily gotten bumped into the downward spiral. Shock coming in though, and he gets blued.
There it is. CB or no, was that a CB shock?
I think, I'm not sure. I would have to check. No, it was, I think, Jaker dodged.
Yep, DZ coming in. They are top 2-5, and unless they have some kind of shrooms, I really don't see it from top 2.
This next encounter from Wally is going to be huge. Let's see what happens up here.
What kind of item he pulled, yeah. Casper getting what looks to be a 5th place golden, but I think he touched the box in 6th. Going to be streaming ahead here.
And Jack's able to avoid him this time around, so he was able to get rid of his past demons. In that particular instance, so securing 1st there and also getting top 3 overall. DZ,
I think that's it.
Yeah, I don't see a comeback here. I really don't.
You point out Wally being big, T, but I think you grow in like a second when you get shocked in 10th.
Oh so, yeah.
If that was a CB shock, that was rough because it dodged 2 of DZ. I think it was the Demoralize shock.
Yeah, it was because they've been especially give the benefit. Yeah, if you're ever in doubt, also just think DZ probably used it because they are going for a shock. Like they've been mad dogging the shocks these last races, or actually the whole war.
According to DZ Fusion, it was a CB shock.
Okay.
And looks like that shock was very demoralizing.
Jake predicted it though. Yeah.
Damn. No one's gonna appreciate my pun. All right, so top 3 for DZ, and I think they have almost an 100-point lead going into the last 3 races.
Okay, so Javier, I'm gonna catch you up to speed a little bit. A summary of this war. DZ going for shocks most of the races, and it actually worked pretty effectively. DZ evading some of the trolls, Wally getting some pretty big trolls on a couple of instances, most notably on Jaker. But yeah, Jaker has been taking about 60 to 70% of the trolls. DZ still able to keep their top spots, and whenever they lose their top spots, they just shock and get back up there. So DZ with the running power that they have over CB, utilizing their strategy more effectively than CB. CB just not able to get up there whenever they need to.
Javier
XK.
Why did you call him that?
Javier. I mean, Xavier. Fucking hell, I don't know. I'm Latino. Like I'm Brazilian, so I'm used to pronouncing things how they are.
This man's
I'm not one to say like.
This man's gonna say jalapeno or something.
Jalapeno. A
Okay.
jalapeno quesadilla.
Let's give them the respect they deserve here. BC3 pick coming in. Casper looking to back, maybe wants that 9th place bill, and gets it. I don't believe it here. Okay, so easy going to be getting a BC3 shock for lap 1. It depends. If they're occupying top spots, I don't see them using it. If they need to use a lap 2 shock, I think it's an as.
We see Casper running away. I think he opts not to go for the ultra, but I think that's smart for him. We do see the cut. Nobody takes cut though. I think it might have been double blocked. Possibly.
There always is a chance that they could pull it in 9th. Well, they could pull it in 9th, but it's unlikely.
We do see. Okay, Pow comes in. What happened to Bubbles though? How did he lose third there?
Don't know. Maybe a troll. And there.
I think it was a troll. Yeah, it was a troll from yeah.
And forcing him into this bill, ended up dodging him. But Wally will be able to troll here. He definitely has some kind of items. Here it is, a star. If he doesn't hit him here, Casper is probably going to be running away with the race. If I were him,
Star, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, if I were him, I wouldn't chase Casper down too much, but really out for blood
here.
here.
Here we go. Ballsy play from Casper. Is it going to come off? With the blooper in his face, he misses ultra.
CB definitely cheering after that one.
Yeah, CB needed that. Absolutely.
And looks like DZ went for cut, but I think Frozen got bumped on it. Maybe not. I don't know. Triple Reds coming in.
Yasu landing on him there.
Oh, there we go. And Star coming in.
We're gonna see a troll attempt coming in from both sides. I think Wally actually starred from the looks of it. He starred Fusion to prevent him from trolling, and he got another troll off from the looks of it. But the TC coming in for Yasu.
Absolutely. What is this mini map? This pack. Just everyone's so close. I feel like this is going to be one of those lap 3 situations where the whole room's getting trolled. I think Wally severely slowing down DZ there. So yeah, pack even closer. Jaker, I think he might be letting Casper take cut. I don't know. He has a Sherman second. If CB's behind him, they're blocking it.
Oh, there it is. Yep, there it is. Shock comes in late. That was very... I would say there. Instead of blocking the cut and letting CB, Wally unblock the cut, he just let Casper take the cut and then
I think that was a CB shock. I think it was because they wanted to TS Casper, but because the pack was so close, they didn't know.
Honestly, that was one of the smartest shocks I've seen being used in a while. And obviously it's D1, so they're going to use good shocks, but...
DZ looking to be top 2 and top 3.
Yeah, because Wally was right there waiting for Jaker to block the cut so he could unblock it. So that was very good IQ from DZ coming out there.
What can I say, Jaggy?
Well,
It's looking to be over.
I mean, I don't know about you, but about me, I thought this would be closer, but DZ just showing out. They are a very underrated trolling side, because they go for a lot of the shocks in a lot of the races. But
Fusion having his breakout war here, getting top 4. The shock strategy is working. It is working, Jaggy. They're getting the shocks.
And-
Even in that race, even if it wasn't DZ shock.
And usually we don't see a strategy like DZ has done very often. We don't see it very often, and when we do, it's usually in lower divs. And typically teams, when they go for shocks a lot in a troll war, they have this stigma pinned against them, like, oh, they're just going for shocks, they're just a shock reliant clan, blah 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 blah, whatever. But
Someone says
DZ,
you're shock reliant.
yeah, but DZ, I mean, it's their strategy. They're very strong at running, and they're very confident in avoiding trolls. Why the hell not go for shocks, right? I mean, it's working for them.
I'm just gonna go out and say, if you aren't shock reliant, you're playing the game wrong. You are not using the correct items to win the game.
That's it. That you just hit the nail on the coffin. Shocks
Playing
are
suicide format to not
shock
get
is everything in
shocks.
Mario Kart. I mean,
It is the over-centralizing item here. There's a whole format based around it, but going into the second to last race,
the thing is, the reason why we didn't see DZ being out MW in the end is because, well, for one, they're a little bit stronger than CB running, but two, they are very good trolling. Like, obviously, Wally is a decent troller. He's been getting a couple trolls off, but Wally has not been trolling for as long as Ryan, and Ryan's a very experienced troller. He's an absolute mad dog in the trolling department. So, yeah, CB, I do think the first thing, though, in terms of running, I think has been the kryptonite for CB. They haven't gotten up there too much. But yeah,
I don't know.
DK Mountain, though.
DK Mountain CB really like this track, especially having, I think, 2 daisies. Not only that, I think they're just very fond of the track. So either way, we see Bubbles getting redded from Casper here.
Shock early, though. From DZ again.
Very early shock.
Oof.
And here comes the dodge.
And I'm surprised, though.
Wally gets trolled by a non-troller. And
Yeah.
here comes DZ going in cannon top 4. CB is definitely going to want to get a shock here or some kind of troll after the shortcut.
But the thing is, do you think, looking, obviously hindsight's 2020, but do you think it would have been better for CB to start just trying to bag against Fusion and try to get the shocks and change the game plan?
I think they should have fixed suicide altogether if they were the
Yeah,
Hunter.
I mean,
But yeah, I think after GP2, if they saw it wasn't working, I think it should have just been, oh, I'm just gonna counter bag, turn it into a semi-suicide war, and,
and we are going to see Fusion really good troll there. Actually, he swerved back and forth on the bridge. It didn't allow Bubbles any room to breathe.
So Casper is being really cocky here, and he threw the blue at his teammate because he knew they would get in cannon in time.
Oh,
That is just the amount of, okay, I wouldn't call it bad mannered, but yeah, there it is. Okay, this might change the game around.
Here we
Oh,
go.
CB just dodging. Oh man, okay, so Casper's gonna be able to get a 7th place block there. Will he pull a TC? No, he's gonna pull a blooper. So
Wally's sitting in cut though. He's gonna be waiting for his prey yet again.
he is a lion looking at a rat right now, or whatever the heck they hunt. So if he can get some trolls, it can be some damage. Not what am I saying? It can negate some of the damage, but it looks like Wally didn't get any of them.
He got one of them off on the cut, but I think that was pretty much it. Yeah, he got I think he trolled
Okay.
Jaker off, but other than that, DZ were still able to run away.
A 1-4 for CB, I think. Then if he trolled Jaker off.
Yeah, he did. He trolled Jaker off. One person fell on the minimap and got 8th. That was Jaker, but in the end, DZ avoiding the trolls.
Yeah, so I think it's still slightly a winning race for DZ.
Yeah.
Time will tell. Once the baggers have fun. Yeah, 1-4.
That's going to be a +1 for CV. We got a winning race for CV, ladies and gentlemen.
It's crazy. I really expected this to be closer, and I think it's just a matter of I don't want to say it's all in the format because DZ obviously showing they know what they're doing, but I think it would have been a lot different had Sue even picked. I don't know.
Yeah, because
So,
I mean, obviously, hindsight's 2020.
Mhm.
CB picking troll was not a bad idea in at first, like on paper, it wasn't a bad idea because DZ are actually probably first like top team in the whole community right now. Actually, not in the community, but in the league in terms of running, pure running power. They're even better than MW in terms of running, but MW being more balanced in both formats. But the thing is, it wasn't a bad idea at first because CB picking Troll, realizing that DZ have very good running power. But DZ, again, with their strategy of getting the shocks and trolling on occasion when you pull stars, trolling on occasion, but going for shocks for the most part, DZ were able to run away with it. CB had no answer.
I think here, CB is just going to want to, damage reduction. They're just going to want to get a good race just to end it on a good note. Or not DC, CB. And DZ's looking to increase the lead even more and say, no, we can't let you do that. Casper having a fib here, just going to fire it right away. Getting 2 of CB. And Zero drafting up here as a Daisy. Finally his turn to back spam, but looks like gets bumped in the wall, killing Casper in the process. Ooh, nice snipe onto Frozen there.
Yeah.
CB once again occupying first, and the pack is just close. If you're Zero, you're gonna want to backspam here and kind of sandwich Casper out. And that looks to be what's happening. CB drafting.
Pow comes in. That was a CB Pow because they got him in the air. Top CB. And right away, Yasu getting redded though.
Pulling a good item to kill the other team. And triple reds. Those are DZ reds. Lets Frozen pass so he can red them. And the blue coming out. Looks like a hacker worldwide.
Oh.
And 2 of them getting killed. Ooh, nice recognition of all the greens there.
Everyone losing tough spots from whatever the fuck is happening right now.
Yeah, looks like someone just pressed the home button and items appeared out of nowhere. Ooh, Frozen kind of killing his teammate. And I don't even know at this point. There's just so much going on.
I mean, both back are still jockeying for shock. I think maybe neither of them have it yet. Oh, actually, I stand corrected. CB shock there into boxes. Bomb, though, coming in on Quinn.
Getting 2 of them, yeah. He gets reds. Chucking them at CB. I don't think any of those... They do hit! The amount of reds that I'm seeing from DC right now is insane. We see Frozen pulling them. We see Casper pulling them. Wally
but a
going
top 4 for CB, though. A top 4, yeah. Top 3. Sorry. Top 3.
I don't think CB Casper is a thing. Triple shrooms from Casper. That's maybe the 4th time we've seen that this match. In 4th place.
Oh, Casper almost fell off there, actually.
Yeah, he had to avoid the green and the bill. That was nuts. Okay. Still, CB occupying top spots, and if you're Wally, you're gonna want to troll them.
Wally might have shock at this point. He's not doing it.
If you're Frozen, you're gonna want to get shocked, but it looks like the tides have turned, and it's the other way around. There it is, a shot coming in. Was that a DZ? Oh my god, the triple shrooms. What are we seeing?
Caspers. I don't know.
Alright, gonna be taking cut here. And Casper occupying first place. Wally, though, waiting for him on this bridge. Maybe not having the best item.
We'll see what happens. Yeah, I think, he might be waiting up here for a potential. A blue comes in, dodges. It's going to be top 2 for DZ unless Wally can do something. No, he has shrooms, so it's not going to matter.
Unless... There it is.
DZ showing out this week and completely taken by surprise. Obviously, we knew that DZ were going to perform well, but we did not think that they were going to go with a game plan of getting the shock pretty much every race, and actually implementing it very effectively.
Share some item luck for the rest of us, please. That's all I gotta say. Oh my god, DZ just pulling all the items there.
A little bit of the item luck as well for the runners too, yeah.
That race in particular just made you think. The top 3-6 from DZ, just crushing Charge Brigade this week.
Oh, man. So CB with back-to-back huge losses, it's not going to be good for them in terms of motivation. That is going to, quote-unquote, demoralize them, but okay, I'll see myself.
I'm off the mic, dude.
Okay, that was...
that was... Still, I don't have much to say. I think, I don't know. I'm very surprised with the kind of LU we saw from CB. I'm just gonna say it once more. I didn't expect it to be that close, but I think, or that not that close, that explosive. But I think that's what trolling does.
I apologize, fucking Thunder. I know. That was pretty. Heck, if Thunder says that he's closing stream, then I gotta quit because.
I think, honestly, I think that's what trolling format does. Is it can cause a lot of upsets. So do we want to move to the slide?
Yeah. Frozen saying that was the most interesting EL match he's ever played. I thought that MW match was pretty interesting, but I mean they lost, so I think that might be why. But what are we moving on to specifically?
The ending. The
ending screen.
There you go.
But yeah, let's talk about that match for like a couple more minutes. I mean, usually that's what we do after each stream. We talk about the match. So what can you say that hasn't really been said before?
I'm at a loss for words. You're gonna have to take it away on this one.
Okay, maybe we can talk about individual performance. Okay. Let's go to the lineups page real quick. Actually, pulling up the lineups, and we'll talk about each player's performances.
I will say, I would have loved to see more of CB running up there. The one chance we see, or not, yeah, the few times that we saw Charge Brigade sandwiching Casper there, it didn't last long. No more than 10 seconds. It was, just a lot of either the other team, DZ is there with the trolling, and all of a sudden they're back to top 3, or it was, CB trying to back spam and not working, and then Casper drafting. It just seems like that they weren't there, that Demoralize was always up there, and CB were always slightly lacking behind in middle spots.
Yeah, on behalf of MK Boards, see you guys next time.